Yeah.
Mary Bench.
Oh yeah.
And me. Oh, and Janice. All worked on that.
I'm not having good luck with this.
Oh, I honestly don't know
Okay.
nothing about them.
The old them when you get them out of there, you must
What
look
is
for something.
Them are pictures of my granddad when he run the butcher shop. Now I don't know where that's at. I don't have any idea whether it was in the original Mechanicsville or out in the country.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I know that they were in the country first. My
Country out by Herb Plattner's or
Right.
country out by the mill on Morley Road?
No,
By Herb's out there where the Pioneer,
where the
Pioneer
Pioneer
Road.
Village was.
Okay.
Because my great granddad
Oh,
and
nice.
him, and I found, I can't find it
I thought
again.
you were showing it to
My
me,
aunt's
sorry.
birth certificate was had Pioneer Village on it.
Cool.
So
And that was a small town, I believe. I
Right.
mean, I think
Right.
they said maybe 15, 20 houses out there.
mhm. There's another picture. That's when he was a real young man.
Boy, that just looks like one of the buildings in town. But you know, so many
It
of
does,
them.
the ceiling, that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
look
I
at the
mean,
ceiling.
who knows? It might have been burned
But
down.
yeah,
or-
you know, a section of them in there burned, and then that the one that where Railsbacks was at. I just saw. I was searching because I was talking to Sue about these old houses. Well, Keenley's is one of them, and then the one of Kirstein's out there is another old house.
Yeah.
But that something, it says something in Roads on the top. That's a unique building in Iowa because of the steel front on it.
Right.
And then they said there's like an open plastered atrium on the inside upstairs, maybe. I think I
Well,
might
you
have been
can
up
keep
there one
going
time.
and show us.
Then the station, that's Earl Bauer's station there.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was my uncle. He ran that in, I think, opened at 46, I believe.
Phil,
And then
so
my
you're
dad-
related to
Pardon me?
earlier to Linda Johnson then?
Yeah,
Okay.
Earl Bauer's. That
All
was
right.
right beside that was right there on X40 and 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my uncle run that first, see. That was then him. I'm standing there. And I think he opened that in 40, 42 or something like that. And then my dad opened it in like 50. Because, see, they owned all the buses in Mechanicsville one time. And there's some pictures of my dad. That's when they had all the buses. They didn't own all of them, but they owned most of them. My granddad started hauling kids on a wagon and a sled, you know, in the wintertime. That's how he started. And of course then they
The
bought
school? For the school?
Yeah, for the
Is
school.
that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
So did you drive school bus?
no. No, I never did. 46 was the last one my dad bought. This house here is Rod Dickey's old house. And I think that's probably
Oh, sure.
one of the oldest ones in town. That was right across the street from us. Right across from the,
Somebody was asking about who lived there back in the day, and I couldn't
Mhm.
remember who lived in those houses. Like,
well,
I'd say in the early 80s, late 70s. Angie Brown was talking and asking me if I remember.
yeah,
There's an
the
older
one-
guy that lived there.
One of the school bus drivers lived there, what was his name? I don't know if I can think of it right now. There was two of them houses. The one that Cook owns,
Yeah.
them was built, I think, about that time.
Yeah.
And
So is this is the one that by the street or the one that Cook owns?
that's the one by the street, right across from the white school building.
Okay. And it says Marshall, Velma, Harlan.
Yeah, they lived there when our house was getting built,
Yeah.
which was right across the street.
Yeah, I remember that.
And my granddad dug that with a
All about
slip
Studios was.
and
You
a team of
remember that?
mules. Our house, so.
Did you
So,
That was-
Bill, do you remember where this says it was taken by Allbaugh Studios?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that at?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't a clue.
The only photo place I remember was Portraits by Deb.
That was our
Main
house
Street.
when it was pretty near
Oh
new.
yeah.
This is the one when it was brand new.
Huh. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
And then this is where the white school building was getting built. I was about 6, I think, then. The bus barn. See, my granddad owned that ground. That's where my granddad's house used to sit.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture of that. That would have been 51 or 2. I don't send the picture, I think.
But this is the bus barn.
That's
or
the bus
before
barn.
The bus barn.
Right.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, that's when it's getting built.
Mm.
Huh.
And wasn't that gonna, when they built that originally, that was like the industrial tech building, wasn't it?
It started out for the buses.
Okay.
The back part of his bus or garage, because they hired a mechanic, see?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, turned the rest of it into school building.
School building.
Right.
Kindergarten, I think.
That was my granddad plowing somewhere in town. He never worked for, as a job. He just worked at whatever it took.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's him on a steam engine.
Well, there you go. That's your talking right up the Robinson's alley
Yeah.
there.
I figured he'd like that.
But you don't know where that.
I don't know where he was at.
Look at that, Leo Boffman.
Yeah, see, I don't.
The Boffman built
The
the big
barn?
red barn.
Okay.
Oh,
I remember
really?
the name, yeah.
Really?
Jeremiah Boffman built it.
Oh,
And I can't remember who were his sons, but cool.
I remember
And
that name
these-
from your story you told.
these are just some pictures of my mother. She worked at the shirt factory in Anamosa, and they had to cross that old bridge when the water was high. That's some pictures of her. That's some.
Shirt factory.
Yeah, it's called Shirt Factory.
Oh. And what was
They were just fishing there, I guess.
okay? Well,
So the old bridge was the one that was that's in the park,
Right.
right above
That's
the dam.
one.
Yep.
That's the one that picture's of. And I don't know if you remember my aunt. She worked at the bank, Thelma.
oh,
She was an old maid.
beautiful lady.
Yeah. That was her, and this was my mother. Where she cooked at the school forever.
Yep.
And that's, at one time, they lived at the Timmis house. And I'm not sure of what that story's all about either. That's the old Timmis house. You guys remember that? Right
what was
across from the, kitty corner from the Methodist Church.
Church.
That's the old Timmis house.
Oh.
That's an old house.
Jake and
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Jimmy, yeah.
And that house is gone now, right?
Right.
Now it's that empty
It's
lot
just
there.
that's the
Yep.
empty lot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Grandma Crone?
Crone. Mm-hmm.
That's a really neat picture.
Yeah, you see that?
Mhm.
That's got the.
That's when
Oh,
the
I
house
didn't
was
see
built.
that one yet. Okay. Oh, that's got the pink hotel in it.
Before it was the Pink Hotel.
Mhm.
And the old fire station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 1919.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah, some of them are really old pictures.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
So,
That's about all I got.
that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's neat that you still have it because a lot of
Yeah,
that stuff
well-
gets thrown away.
My kids aren't interested in that. You know, they don't care. And,
Here.
I was just gonna donate them. You know.
So you probably remember when the streets were mud?
Oh God, yeah. Shit, yes.
That was a big controversy,
Oh,
like
my God.
nationwide controversy.
Yeah.
You gotta take that one too.
How old are you now, Bill?
77.
77.
Yeah. We used to take folks had parked the car up on Main Street. You know, we could get the keys and take off.
Go cruising the country?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were born in Mechanicsville
Right.
and lived there all your life until you moved down here.
Right. Yeah.
And then, what was your profession?
Several. Drove truck, run the quarry out here for 20
Oh,
years.
okay.
And drove truck most of my life. Mechanic work, whatever. Whatever it took to make a living.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you have any siblings?
No. Didn't have any.
Only child.
Only child, only grandchild, only nephew. That's hard to believe.
Yep.
When my family's gone, Cody's my grandson. Only got one grandson.
Yeah.
If he decides not to have any kids, our family's gone.
Yeah.
So,
So, Brad is your
right,
son,
right,
and then Cody is
his son.
His son.
right.
No.
And Bob possibly could have one. I don't know.
Now, who's Bob?
That's my youngest.
Youngest son. He's my age.
Oh,
A little bit older than me. Graduated in '86. I think.
Okay, I
boy.
didn't
Yeah,
remember
I'm
him.
not quite sure on that deal, but
Yeah, he was Brian Brown. Him and Brian Brown.
Yeah,
I hung out
yeah,
with Randy,
yeah,
so that's
yeah.
how I kind of worked in with Bob.
yeah.
And then who'd you marry?
Sharon Stute from Mount Vernon.
Okay,
Been married 57 years. He's
nice.
58 this year.
And how'd you meet her?
I don't know what Pork Center days.
Really?
It's hard to believe it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Was she a dancing girl, or you just
No,
walked up
we
and
just
said,
met.
"Good"?
You know. Actually, Russ Dauber. Remember Russ? Don't you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Donna's
He
cousin,
was
actually.
going with Sherry's aunt, believe it or not. And that's how we met.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Russ be about your age.
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
That's nice. So
Yeah.
what do you remember about Pork Center days, other than meeting your wife?
Oh, there was good times. It was a good time back there.
Yeah.
You know, everything was slow and easy and just good times.
So did that take place on Main Street or down
Oh yeah, I took
Main
whole
Street?
Main Street.
Cool.
Yeah.
And brought in quite a crowd. I
Oh
heard.
yeah, till the girly show started out. That stopped it. You know.
Oh yeah.
That-
Fred Dickey bring those in.
Yeah, probably. Bill.
Well, I remember like the grease pig contest,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
then
that was a big deal.
I don't remember.
And then, of course, Mechanicsville. I don't know if you knew this, but the original fair was at Mechanicsville. You know, I think it was Jones and Lynn.
Joan, Lynn, Cedar, and
I
maybe
believe so.
Jackson. There's
Yeah.
4 counties I've read about.
And that would have been out there where I think that Ben site is, or right along
Yep,
there
it's
somewhere.
right, Cherry Street.
Right.
From what I understood, you went down Cherry Street and there was an opening. there.
Right. I don't remember
And
any of that.
it looped around and came out right there where Peterson's lived on the
Right.
gravel. Just kind
Right.
of loop where the bins are there.
yeah.
Yeah, that was way back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I,
All I've ever heard on that stories, you know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But like I say, I'm not that old, but I've heard a lot of stories.
Yeah.
You know,
well, how old are you?
77.
77. Okay.
Mhm.
I did peek in the window of City Hall,
Mhm.
and there's a Mechanicsville
Yep.
Fair sign there.
Sure.
So I need to go in there and take a picture of it yet.
Right.
So,
Right.
but like, I remember the grease pig contest. I think didn't the kids get to take pig home that way?
I think so. Yeah. It was just good times.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Mechanicsville like when you were growing up?
Great. Wonderful. you
Yeah?
know. People were all about the same. You know, I wouldn't say, I bet you could count a handful of money on one hand, where nowadays it's total opposite. And everybody's about the same way. People were happy and
Yeah.
they
Yep.
just done their own thing.
Yep.
You know, that's the good days I remember.
Yeah.
And I growed up in good times. Really did.
Yeah.
Late 50s, early 60s.
What'd you do for fun? I did say you went uptown. Got some cars,
If you
but-
could name it, we done it. Let's put it that way. Huh? Some things I ain't proud of, but
Yeah.
oh, we done everything.
Yeah.
Cars, and anything to do with cars.
Yeah. So did Brad learn how to fix cars from you, or
Oh, probably. I'm sure he did. You know.
tinkering
Never
all the
found a
time?
lot.
And
Yeah, yeah.
who were your close friends? when you-
Dave Cyber. Just lost him in.
I saw that. I just saw that.
Yeah.
They had a thing for him the other day out at Howard's.
Yeah, just had it Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we grew up together. I think we met when he was about 12, something like that. About like brothers, you know.
Good.
But, yeah.
And so you went to school in the big building.
No, I graduated from Stanwood.
Oh.
Last 3 years we were down there.
Okay.
That's when they combined.
Oh, okay.
So it was Lincoln today.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Of
remember.
course, I went to the big building originally.
Yeah. And then what year was the little building built? Do you remember?
God, I don't remember that. I don't.
So did you have class in that one too?
Yeah, I did. We had, I think that was a shop class that time.
Okay.
I played down in the white building there.
Okay.
Band room. I'm not sure what was all in there.
Do you remember any of your teachers?
Yeah, Linder.
Yeah, I did.
Who
You
don't
had
know
him
Linda?
too. I think we all had him, didn't we?
Ray Linder.
Really? He taught me too.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and I'm 50.
Actually,
you said you're 77 and I'm 53. So boy, he did teach, and he taught
Yeah.
me after I left.
Actually, he was going with Judy when
Uh,
he was teaching.
Huh?
It's hard to believe that.
huh.
Yeah.
So he must be one of the oldest. Was like
Oh, yeah.
was Dick Grants there yet? Or
Right,
Joyce Vulcan? They were some of the older teachers.
Yeah.
there,
I think Ray's got to be the oldest now.
but,
He
Yeah.
still looks pretty good. I seen him here a while
Yeah,
back.
Bernice Kearns then too.
Yeah,
Bernice.
yeah.
Mr. Wendell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't got much good to say about him, but
How about Betty Long?
well, she was a good teacher.
Was she your kindergarten teacher
Yeah, I
like she
think
was
she
the rest
was.
of us?
Holy
I think she was.
Well, they were in Mechanicsville
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah.
Then they
Yeah.
moved down to Stanwood
Yeah,
after.
I think she was.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, that's hard to believe that. But
Yes, it
that's
is.
a lot of
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it is.
a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Was Mrs. Rife the secretary?
Yeah, she was. She was secretary.
Huh. Yeah, been there a long time.
And Mom taught or cooked in it 30-some years. My mother did. She cooked there a long time.
Where?
At the school.
Oh, cook. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure,
Yeah,
I remember.
Mary Weber, and there's a lot of them that cooked with her.
Yeah.
That was work back then. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't already made.
Oh my
was it?
God, everything was handmade.
Yep.
Great big old tubs full of stuff they'd lift up. And
Back when you used to look forward to going to lunch.
yeah, yeah.
And the best cinnamon rolls and
Mm-hmm. Everything homemade.
yeah. Were you in any clubs or groups or no?
No.
You play any sports?
No.
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 Were you in the service?
No.
How old are you, Calvin?
Be 70 in June.
So did you grow up in Mechanicsville?
Yeah.
You been-
Well, we moved there when I was, I don't know, probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from then, Cal?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yep.
Oh.
Over by Stockton, Elizabeth, Hanover.
Mm.
You remember Bill growing up?
Uh,
He's a little bit older than you.
more when we got older.
Yeah.
You know, once we got out of school.
Sure.
Then we, of course, was able to drink, so you could always get a beer. Him and Sivers would be sitting on the front porch of the house, and then you'd stop and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first car?
Yeah. 49 Plymouth. Paid $35 for it.
Wow. Not new, evidently.
No.
Yeah.
Frank Johnson had a, I worked for Dad, see, at the station. And about 14, wanted the car. And, of course, Frank ran the junkyard. Remember that, don't you?
Yep.
Well, there was a guy by the name of Alan Jackson. Had a farm south of town. He had a 32 Chevy, two-door. And when he'd come into town, it had mechanical brakes. Well, sometimes he couldn't get stopped for the highway. So he'd have to swing down alongside the barn. Remember the barn and sit right there on the highway? He just took her down through the ditch, see? Well, that ended up at Frank's. Of course, it took my eye, see? And I went, of course, I was in good standings with Frank, you know. And I went over to talk to Frank, and he wanted $35 for it. Well, $35 back then, a lot of money, you know. And my uncle Bob, he worked for Lamont. He was a mechanic up there. And you might not knew him.
I don't think so.
But anyway, he died pretty young. He was about 40-something. But anyway, he told me, he said, you don't want that car. He said, mechanical brakes, kill yourself, you know. Well, I was bound determined I'm going to have a car, you know. And it was getting close to getting money. And of course, I'd go sit in it all the time, you know. And I stopped up the garage one day then. I said, well, I'm going down by that car. God damn it, he said, you don't need that car. He said, I got a 49 Plymouth, I'll sell you for $35. It needs a timing chain, I'll help you put it in. Don't buy that car. Well, I got that Plymouth instead.
So
Yeah,
where was the junkyard at in town?
right to where the old Casey's was.
Oh, okay.
That was all junkyard.
junkyard?
The whole thing. Shit, Halloween, we'd have that blocked. And then down on the other end, we'd have the implement stores down there.
Yeah.
We'd have both streets blocked.
Blocked for.
Halloween.
Oh.
Nobody
Oh,
get in town.
Just bringing stuff out of the junkyard,
Yeah.
implement, dragging it out
Yeah.
the street, and then you run.
Yeah.
Horseplay.
Horseplay,
Okay.
there you
A
go.
few outhouses here and there. You know, there's a few outhouses then.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
So was there always two crossings to get in?
There was three.
Was there three?
There was one there at Lee Groves too.
Oh, okay.
No.
And a guy got killed on a motorcycle there. And that's when they closed
Close
that.
that one down.
Mhm.
So you remember before
Mhm.
30 was on that side when it was Main
No,
Street or not?
no,
I don't know. I don't know when
I
did it
don't remember
happen.
that.
So
No,
30
that's
was
always been there.
Yeah.
My day anyway.
Sure.
Huh.
Was the depot still there when you were a kid, or it was gone?
I think it was, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
You know, I know one of them burnt,
Right. I've
and then they
heard stories
rebuilt
of
it.
it, yep.
You know, but yeah,
Yeah, I read an article here a while back where you could get on the train and go to Chicago for like 50 cents.
yeah.
So, kind of neat.
You said you work with Dan. You have a tractor? Or.
No, that stuff just interests me.
Oh, okay.
I hang around over there. That's my hangout.
Your 9:30 in the morning coffee.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that stuff. He's a good kid.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I know all them guys down there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been down here 18 years, hard to believe
Oh,
that.
okay.
I know.
Okay. So what made you move to Tipton?
Quarry, closer.
Oh, okay. What quarry is that?
Stone Mill Quarry. I run the quarry out of it 20 years.
Oh, okay.
He hired me.
There you go.
Is that
Get
out
Calvin in here?
just south of town? You
Yeah.
get gravel there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that on the Goodell property? Is that who they bought that
Right.
from? My aunt Luella lived out where that quarry is at somewhere. I know that they had a bunch of land at one
Part
time.
of it was.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. They're
So
in
I know the
it.
area.
Ain't gonna be long. They're gonna be out of room out there.
Yeah.
Hell, they're putting her at the end of the road.
Yeah, that'll be a has-been.
Mm.
A lot of them old county quarries
Right.
will be used up here before long.
Hell, wasn't long. I went back driving again though. I drove right up until last fall, done the harvest again. You know. Got bored.
That's easy to do.
Oh, I like driving truck.
Yeah.
You know, I did. That's pretty great.
I was going to ask if you had any hobbies. I guess maybe driving
Yeah,
truck is a
yeah.
hobby, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Uh-huh. Do you play cards?
No, I don't play cards. I'm no gambler.
Oh,
I've got sure things.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
trying to think. So when you sold your house, did Linda Solzner buy it from you guys?
Yeah.
Bought it.
Yeah, she bought it. and then she passed away.
You know.
And I'm not sure whether the daughter got it or.
Well, so the daughter lived there for a while, and she passed away. She was in
Oh,
my class,
really?
Shelley. Yeah,
Really?
Shelley passed away.
Yeah, I'm not sure the whole story, but.
Huh.
I don't know who lives there now.
There was a mess after that.
Was it?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I usually don't.
For a while.
I don't have a reason to drive that street. When I come through
Yeah.
town, I go down the hill and across the tracks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
some street.
For a while
Sometimes.
it was empty even after
Was
that.
it?
And yeah, and then I don't know. There was something with her boyfriend and the one daughter, and not with them, but
Right.
I mean with who's got the house.
Who owned it?
whatever.
Yeah, with the estate and everything.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I don't have any idea who owns it or anything, so.
So, when you guys did the Halloween thing, did you guys start corn night?
Corn night.
Corn night?
Wait.
Oh, well, that was something my husband did.
A lot of people have never heard of that. I can't believe that. The
Oh.
night before Thanksgiving, you
Or before
Yeah.
or
Halloween,
Halloween. I'm sorry.
you go to
Wow.
farm service.
Yeah. I never
Throw it
heard
on
of that.
people's porches. A lot of people's I've never. You're making that up.
Really?
Yeah, I guess, well, guys used to go down to farm service and, by the bins,
Yeah.
and they'd have all that corn. Well, they'd scoop it up and then they'd spread it down Main Street.
Ah,
Oh,
ah.
and those bins are gone now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember them as a kid. We used to play in them, and I can't believe that
Yeah.
we never sunk in them. But we used
Yeah.
to climb up
Yeah,
in that one
yeah.
all the time. Bob was probably with us. It was me and Randy Brown and a couple
Oh,
people from
yeah.
the neighborhood there.
If you could think of it, they'd do it.
He did.
So, what businesses do you remember?
Oh, all the grocery stores. There was a lot of grocery stores.
Well, what ones do you remember?
There was 4 of them. There was 2 hardware stores, clothing store, of course the old telephone office, doctor's offices, bars. At one time there was, let's see, I think there was 3 barber shops that I remember in
Well,
there.
what were the names of the barber shops?
Well, there was Chet
Yeah.
Hockaday, or not Hockaday,
Bishop.
Bishop,
Yeah.
and I don't know the other 2. There's 2 more.
Gary Skinner had one.
Skinner had
Yeah.
one for a while. He was in where Chet was, though. I think he ended up there.
I thought he was up the street by where Reinhardt's up in that area.
Maybe he started
Who was up
in
there? I don't remember.
Yeah,
It don't. Yeah. It
Yeah.
could be.
but there was Cole's, Bro Cole at a store, grocery store, and then Joe and
Lee.
Lee
Rusty.
and Rusty Reinhardt, and there was 2 hardware stores, and of course there's always
Cooks.
Eric-
And, it was Cooks.
Cooks
And Railsback, wasn't it?
Rails back. And then Grice Bars. There's a bunch of bars. Always been a bunch of bars.
Yeah, it was Brown. Yeah, it was Brown's across.
Chet Hockaday, he had one in there. You remember him? That would have been where the old chicken factory was. That's where
Okay.
that one was.
Okay.
A lot of fights in there.
Then that was a liquor store.
No, that
No,
was down
that was the
street.
Black Mask Theater,
That's
right?
right.
Back in the day.
Right.
That's
And then it was Sunray Chicks there for a
Yeah.
while. I
Yeah.
remember anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a sundry, Blokers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sorensen's.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to believe now what the town's like compared to then.
Yes, it is. It really
But
is.
people didn't go. They went to town, because we always did.
Yeah.
And we lived in town, but that was our Saturday night was the night Ma got the groceries, So,
Was there 2 banks when you were a kid, or just the one?
yeah, there was 2. The one went under during the Depression.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's where CU's
Right,
insurance is, yeah.
right. I remember that. But this dad, I've always just heard stories,
Mhm.
But that had been some tough times. Depression times.
How many gas stations?
Oh my God. Well, we'll count them. There was 3 on the highway.
There was 3 down there, wasn't there?
Yep, there's
Champlin.
Conoco, Dad run it.
Yep.
And then I called it 7 states. That's what it was at first. Then the Smith
The
Station.
Smith Station.
And then where Studer was.
Yep.
Okay, then uptown there was the golf.
Dinker's.
Yeah, that was on Main Street.
Right.
Okay, then the DX, and then there was my aunt run, and she was from Hale, just a little bitty box out in front of Lamont's as a gas station for a while.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's how her and my uncle met and married. And that's how he got out to open the station down there.
That must have been before my time.
Oh yeah, that had been way before that.
Was it the old crank?
Yeah, all she had was just a little box that she stayed in and sold gas.
Oh.
You know, now I don't remember that, but I remember the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So one was Yule's, right?
Right.
Which was next to Sears Insurance. And where was the other one at?
the golf that's tore down now.
Yeah.
Where
That
the
would
fire
have been next to
station,
Oh, okay.
Lamont's.
That's where the fire station was.
Yeah, yeah.
where the city hall
Mhm.
was.
Of course, Alexander's popcorn stand.
I've heard stories about it.
Everybody knew about that. You
Where
know,
was that at?
it was right next to the fire
Right next
station.
to it. Yep. It's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
that whole block's different because of a
Yeah,
fire or something.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Montz's implement, that was always.
Right.
That was, there wasn't nothing before that I remember.
Right.
Well, that was the harness shop, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Way back.
Way back. in
Way
the day,
back
yeah.
was the harness shop, according to Virginia,
Could have been.
that you went in there and roller skated.
Yeah.
Learned to roller skate.
And down on the east end, where Sandberg is at, I think he still owns them buildings.
Yep.
See, there was a blacksmith shop down in there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
That I don't remember it, but I heard the stories of it. You know, because I think that whole block, even where the houses are, was industry of some sort at one time. That's the way I heard it.
Uh-huh. Huh. Now, so you had Williams Feed,
Mm-hmm.
and then, well, what's now the apartments, though?
Mm-hmm.
Was there a grocery store in there? Or don't you?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe there was.
Okay, so then that empty lot across, what's empty now across from Methodist Church. Now, didn't Mamie Timmis have a house in there?
Yeah,
That was a picture.
yeah.
Okay.
There was a picture of that house where
Okay.
he said was the Timmis house.
Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking
Now it's an empty
Timmis house
lot.
was another block down. And you,
No, that house.
Yeah.
That was the Big Tim's house.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't Mamie's.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
No,
okay,
That's
that was
on the next
where Jake
block.
lived.
Right.
Where Jake lived, and that's
Mhm.
gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
talking the empty one like right next to the apartment?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And then didn't Dolores lived in the next?
No, she
Or
lived
did-
in that one.
Dolores lived with Mamie.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was a cute little house one time.
Yeah,
Well,
isn't there a stone fireplace that sits back there in
Yeah.
those trees? Or it used to be when I was a kid, I just
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Kind of like the one at the park that's not there anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So then there was a house that sat there at one time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Mamie was probably your church Sunday school teacher too, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think she probably was, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember her from.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Schaefer was our teacher
Right.
in school,
Right.
like 4th grade or something,
Uh-huh.
and she's probably yours too.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other implement dealers in town then?
No, I don't remember any
Montz's?
other ones. Uh-uh. Montz's, he was, of course, up there where the bar was, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there
That's
was,
where he started.
Well, actually, wasn't there? Was it Woods? Where was Woods at? Woods and Montz, or
I have some signage of a Woods implement.
Yeah, that I don't know anything about that.
oh, I think Dan's got it all.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
but
I
it
don't know where it
started
was
with
at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an old matchbox metal
Ah.
holder from a Woods implement.
yeah,
Happy
It
days.
doesn't have an address, it just says Mechanicsville and a phone
Yeah.
number.
yeah.
See, that's like that butcher shop. I don't know when them pictures was. You got a date on them, I think, but I'm not sure if that was even at the old Mechanicsville or the new one. See?
Now there was a butcher shop, like north of the cemetery, or
Okay.
there was a rendering plant.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that was
What?
Slaughterhouse. So.
Yeah, north of the cemetery, because there was one year Adam was out there working,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a big hole.
Right.
Middle of
Right.
the field. Well, he pulled out like a barrel band,
Yeah.
we got that at home now, and then we did some research and found that there was a rendering plant back in there. So I don't know if that's where Joe Piter started.
Well, see, there was
Got
another
things
one
up.
out on the blacktop then, on
Okay.
Pioneer Hill, right there
Oh.
at the bottom of Pioneer Hill. There used to be some holes out there that they rendered.
Uh-huh.
That was, shit was his name. Can't think of it right now. But it's right on the county line.
Jimmy High?
Yeah, Jimmy Eyes. His dad run that.
Oh, okay.
Cause see, that was, they called that the mill pond.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, they used to.
Do you remember any of that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Sure. Yeah.
That would have been some fun times, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Virginia was talking about there used to be some guys that went out there skinny dipping.
No, probably did.
Well, she was blaming it on Marlon Flynn, but
Didn't everybody do that? Yeah.
you probably went down to Cedar Valley Quarry too, didn't you?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, we
Kinda
didn't miss
down
none of
there.
that.
Yeah, yeah, that was
In
fun.
fact, I had a cabin down there for a while.
Oh,
At the
good.
quarry. Or at the
Uh-huh.
stable.
Yeah, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to, maybe have a little Mechanicsville History Center tour and just the people that haven't been out to where Mill Pond was.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to go
Some
out
of the
there.
concrete, 25 years ago, some of the concrete was still out there. You
Yeah.
could kind of see where it was. We used to.
See, my uncle lived back in there.
Okay.
Oh,
And that's how I got acquainted with it, because
Yeah.
I always went out and drove his car. I'd ride my bike out there and then drive the car, see.
well, what's his name?
Bob. He lived down that long lane right there, right where the
Oh,
You cross the bridge and the lane.
Yeah.
Lane's still there. It's
house.
just-
That house is gone,
Right.
I think now.
Okay.
But he lived back in there.
so what was your mom's maiden name?
My mother's Eberly.
Okay,
They were from Cedar Rapids.
okay, okay, and then
This Bob would have been my uncle on my dad's side.
okay, yep, gotcha.
So then your dad and your grandpa were from Mechanicsville?
Mm-hmm.
And then how about your great grandpa? Mechanicsville too?
See, I think they all come out to that.
That Pioneer area?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Pioneer Grove, was it?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Pioneer Grove.
And then where did the first one come from? Pennsylvania, Germany, or
Ohio.
Ohio?
Yep.
Okay.
So do you have you done the genealogy for your family?
I ain't into that. Just local.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
good.
Like I say, some of it's interesting to me, but just local stuff.
Yeah, okay. So did you come to Tipton much?
Here?
As a kid?
Not really.
I went to Highway Gardens.
No, yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
went
we,
there.
I don't know. We never come to Tipton much.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We just never did.
Yeah, okay.
Lisbon, Mount Vernon. We went that way, but
Where'd you go to the movie at?
Cedar Rapids or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Always went to Cedar Rapids. Of course, that's back where the highways all went.
Yeah.
I had a grandmother lived in Benton. That took all day to go to Benton. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, in the old car. And
Yeah.
by God, if you went up there for dinner, you was there all day.
So where was your favorite place to go eat?
I don't know. Where was his good hamburger?
I mean, there was, the bars in Mechanicsville. Were there restaurants in Mechanicsville?
Sure there was. Good ones.
And what were some of the names of those?
Oh my God, I he's gonna ask that. What was the old girl who run that?
Alberta Lauren,
Yeah, Alberta.
Main Street.
This
Before
old house?
that, though, there was,
Nadine Jones.
who?
That's
Nadine
the old
Jones.
house.
That's the old house.
Okay.
Yeah, the old house.
There was one
Didn't
where
Elva Boyle work?
Elva Boyles. There's the one.
I only know because I read it.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Really?
old, but
She had a restaurant?
Yeah.
she had something.
Yeah,
Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she worked
Really?
for Joe's for years.
Yeah.
Elva
she did.
Boyles.
I'll be darned. She
Yeah.
had a restaurant.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
either.
And one of the restaurants, I don't know which one it was where Lonnie's was at, right? That was a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was the truck stop still out
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Was that a
Oh.
truck stop then, though?
It
or-
was when I was a kid.
Tiny's.
Tiny's.
Yeah.
But
That
they're
was,
Folsom's, I believe.
Folsom's.
Oh,
yeah.
They
And-
pulled out in the middle of the night one night. Just
Oh.
left.
Huh.
Just left.
Yeah. Old Gil. I sat and watched him one night. This is after a dance. He was sitting at the bar with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers, trying to dig some teeth out. I seen him next day. I see get that teeth out, that tooth out. Got the wrong goddamn one. He said. He had the no-gill Folsom. That place would just be smoke from one end to the other.
And it amazes me because when you drive by there and look at it in modern day, how
Yeah.
you could even fit 2 semis in there, let alone 20.
But you gotta look at the size of the truck.
Right, yes.
You know.
I was looking at some of those photos of like the school buses. and
Yeah,
they're about
yeah.
the size of that car. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always wondered how they could get even 10 semis.
and it was
in there.
busy.
Yeah, well, they had apartments.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sleeping rooms,
Right.
I guess I should say, not apartments.
Well, it was the main route to Chicago, you know. I remember when 80 went in, you know, highway, or Interstate 80.
State 80.
Because that's when Dad's business changed, you know. It went from doing really good, because he didn't have no place to work on stuff.
Right.
He worked on everything outside. It went from that to nothing, you know, once 80 went through.
Took all the traffic
Right.
on 30.
Right.
Oh,
Because it's hard to believe we run that thing from like 10 till midnight. Or we're from 7 till midnight in the morning.
And where was that at on Main Street?
No.
Oh, that was out on the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
oh.
Of course, that was a farm there, you know,
Yeah.
Earl Bowers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be a lady in there, and
Yeah.
And-
You know, when Dad took that farmstead out, there was some old, there was a highway, a Lincoln Highway marker in there.
oh, sure.
That ended up down at Clarence.
Is that right? Yeah.
And, because it sat out their home for a long time. He found some gravestones.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of things out in
Really,
there.
they were quite the people.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
So, what do you remember about the sale barn?
Bill Dickey. He had fun when he went down there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another restaurant to eat.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I wish I could remember that comment on Facebook about Bill Dickey. What
Yeah.
he told a pastor or something. I don't know. I have to look that up because it's Bill Dickey.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some fun times. I remember going there with my dad and
Oh, yeah.
sitting at the sales and
One Sunday, had a fire call, and Bill Dickey had an old, I think it was a 50 Chevy pickup. Seen him go out of town. He went out west of town and turned at the hog buying station out there south. Yeah, we better go check this out. So we get up around your dad's place there. Here lays Bill's truck on his top. I pulls over, of course he's out. He's in the back of it. I said, all right, Bill. Well, if I can find my mushrooms. He said. They just come back hooked on turn, drug her over.
You mentioned the hog buying station. I had somebody have or they had a question the other day. Who used to run that from? They were from Tipton, I think they said.
Tipton.
The person that ran it, because I heard Adolph Ahrens ran it for a while. Is that true, or?
Yeah.
They said it was the early '70s, and I didn't move to town until '77, so I really didn't know it. But
Kenny Cadlick run it a long time.
yeah.
I don't know
Cadlick,
which Curtis
yeah.
said
There-
that.
yeah.
Well, he had something to do with it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that worked out.
I don't know either.
Yeah, Tote Curtis.
Yeah.
He was quite the
Yeah.
guy too.
and they pushed a lot of hogs through there. I heard.
Oh yeah. Kenny Cadlick had a hell of a business there. I know that.
Remember the butcher shop out there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Down
where
there.
Kenny worked, wasn't it? Cadillac, didn't he butcher?
Yeah. But I think he owned that though, didn't he? For a while.
So yeah.
I'm pretty sure he owned it.
That's been. I was way too little.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, there's a
remember,
lot of meat went through there.
remember taking, beef down there and get butchered or
Mm-hmm.
a hog or something, and then having to go down and get the wrapped meat and
Sure.
take it back home. And
Yeah.
So you remember back behind Doc and Joe's, was there some little strip hotels back there?
Yeah.
What was it called? Sunset something, wasn't it? I just know from photos.
Yeah,
It
it was.
did have a name, but I don't remember.
Yeah. There were several of them. They rented them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
by the hour or by the day? I know
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. My brother-in-law lived there for a while. And, several people I knew. They just rented them whenever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Joneses owned that then.
Okay.
In fact, that Harlan Jones is the one that built that gas station and everything.
Don't remember that name.
Yeah.
You guys think of anything else offhand?
No, I'm not as old as you guys. I
Yeah.
don't remember. All my memories coming from reading stuff or listening to
Yeah.
people talk. So
Well, a lot of mine is hearsay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my aunt had a lot of history in her. You know, she was always talking history, family history and stuff. So.
So what bank? You said there was two banks. The one had went under, but so you used the Mechanicsville Bank, and where was that located before they built?
Up on Main Street,
Okay.
where Keenley's is.
Keeneland.
Okay, because Sophie Weber's house was down there,
Right.
and I don't remember what else was right down in there, but tore that down to build the new bank. And,
See, my Aunt Velma was a telephone operator.
okay.
That's what she done first. And then, of course, once they got telephone service, she went to work for the bank and then worked for them for several years, you know.
Okay. So where was the telephone office that you remember?
Up above Sears and building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor's office up there, too. Old Doc Letty.
And then was there a veterinarian in the basement?
Not that I know
I
of.
thought somebody said
Yeah,
there
I
was a
think
vet
he was
downstairs.
maybe in the back of it.
I just remember we cleaned it out one time. There was a bunch
I know,
of
with the
vials of all kinds of stuff.
Old Doc never
Random.
left. He never left unless he let them telephone operators know where he was going. And
Doc Liddick.
Doc Letty. And he liked to booze a little, you know.
Oh.
And anyway, he'd always tell my aunt, he said, well, going over and see old Bert Agerty, he said, we're going to have a little elixir of life.
Nice. Yeah, I just remember Doc Liddick's office being in there.
Yeah.
You know, where
And
the...
see, we lived, where I was born, we lived right next to him. You know where his house was?
Mm-hmm.
We lived right next to it,
Oh, okay.
east. It was his house, our house, and then Mary Weber, or Babe Weber lived in the next one.
So you talking down that dead end street?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that was Methodist parsonage.
Mm-hmm.
My dad bought that from the Methodist church.
Okay.
That's where I was born.
So you had Ed Peeney's house on the corner,
Oh, okay.
and then
Where Ed's is. Okay.
And there was Mary's new house,
okay.
but across the street's where I live.
So
Oh,
where
okay.
Kenneth McCullough would have lived. Okay.
That's where we live.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I just remember about Doc Liddick's office was like where the post office is. And I remember the picture on the wall.
Right.
It was like a barn and
Yeah.
a horse and a
Yeah.
wagon or something. That's what I remember about Doc Liddick's office. And
Yeah.
they talk about him not even using anesthetic, just
I can tell you a story.
sewing me up without.
I cut my eye one time when I was about, I don't know, 10 or so. Me and Dick Bung, remember Dick Bung?
Yep.
Was having a shingle fight. Anyway, he throwed one, and I went to pick it up, and when I raised my head up, he caught me right across the eye. Cut it, and of course they had all them rocks in it, see? Dick seen that, he runs. He goes home. So I get home, of course my mother seen it, and go right up to Doc's, Well, Doc's got an ashtray, cigarette burning in the ashtray, working on me, working on another guy in this little bitty room. And you know what? I never had a bit of trouble that high.
No Novocaine.
No. Yep.
And then, yeah, cooks, they sold guns and guns down to frying pans. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
everything.
Did you ever get upstairs into the blacksmith shop?
Yeah, I was up there a
Did
couple
ya?
times.
Take the elevator? Or?
Yeah.
I heard there was one back in there.
There was, now that you say it, I do
Yeah.
remember that. Okay, you got to walk in back to get something. There was that elevator right there.
Have you been out here to the historical village?
Yeah, we go to that. Not gonna have it this year, I guess.
No,
huh?
we're not.
That's
No.
too bad that happened.
Yep. And I just barely remember Railsbacks. But
I drove for him too.
did ya?
Garbage truck?
Yeah.
Well, he had semis too, didn't
Yeah.
he? Did he?
Huh.
Yeah,
Remember that.
yeah.
Well, a couple of them boys have been back for some events, but they were quite the crew.
Yeah, they
I
were.
just knew Greg, I think, is the one I knew.
Oh, my.
And he was quite a bit older than me.
Yeah, they used to run around with the Dickies, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was kind of that South End crew that, you know,
True.
that got wild. You had some of the Webbers and Kurt Oxley and
Yeah.
talked about having all kinds of fun down there. But they were like 10 years younger than you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, not that much, but. So what'd you do when you graduated high school? You just went and worked with your dad?
Oh, I know. I started working at Rapid Chevrolet,
Oh,
turning
okay.
wrenches,
Okay.
$50 a week. Trying to rent an apartment and have a kid. Ain't that something?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, my first memories of you would have been in the late '70s, and you were always in the garage there working on
Oh
cars
yeah.
all the
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Riding bikes around town, we'd either stop and grab Bob, or
Yeah.
you know, head over to the school, play ball, or on the playground equipment. You were always in there working on cars.
Yeah. 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 I done a lot of it. Yeah, I had to.
Dune buggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, dune buggies. Gene Brown had
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Twins.
Yeah, Marlon Flynn had one.
Mm-hmm.
So who
Yeah.
did you? Oh, you said Dave Cyber was your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Huh. Yeah.
That's right. I think I used to sell Miracle Made pans and cook supper for Bill and Dave.
Yeah.
Down
I
at his
remember
house
that.
Down where?
Down at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
used to go around and if you sponsored a party, you got a pan or something,
Yeah.
a free
yeah.
dish or
I
whatever.
forgot
the
you
case
did
may
that.
be. Yeah, did it well for what, less than a year. I
Yeah,
suppose, something
yeah.
like that. But yeah, the biggest eaters in Mechanicsville.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you had cyber, you could eat.
Yeah, he
Boy,
just,
that guy could
he
eat.
just laughed at me when we
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
2-pound meatloaf and potatoes and
Yeah.
corn and
Yeah.
we're gonna fill you guys up. And
Better
you just sit
believe it.
there and laugh.
So you still got some of them?
I sell pans, yeah. We only did it to earn pans, and we got the pans and we're done. And
Yeah, door-to-door salesman one time. That was part-time. I didn't do it full-time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I think everybody tried their hand at that once. Or,
I think probably.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you come and if you sold X amount,
Yeah,
you got your
yeah.
set free, you know.
We tried
and it
some-
was
we tried something one time too. Hoffman was. I worked for Randolph, you know, in Stanwood, you know, for years. And Gino, he sold some kind of
oh really?
stuff and got us into that too. You know, that wasn't my thing though.
I don't know. Don, you got any thing to
Just walking around town, I think we covered everything.
You're talking about, I will tell you though, you're talking about the Folsoms. My mom married Bud Folsom, one of the boys. And then Bud and Murray for the boys, right, Bill?
I think so, yeah.
And then, I can't remember the girl's name. It's my brother Dan's father.
I think we were having this talk once, because didn't you know my mom's aunt, Elaine?
We did when we lived in
Yeah.
Anamosa, the Carla and Becky.
Yeah.
No. Wouldn't I know? But anyway, my mom married this Bud. This has nothing to do with Mechanicsville history, though. And he had been in World War II, and he was in the airplane he was on crashed in the Alps.
Huh. You did tell me
He got
this.
hurt, yes. And the pilot's mother was also on the plane. She wrote a book called 12 Walked Away. And yeah, they talked about it was all about the plane crash in the Alps and Bud Folsom and how he got hurt. And so anyway, he moved Mom down to Wichita, and I think he worked for Boeing or whatever airplane plant was down there. Had a good job, but had a lot of pain because of the crash, and you didn't do pills back then, you did alcohol. So he became an alcoholic, and Mom actually left him and got a divorce from him. So yeah. I know a little bit about Folsom. They're from the north that
Quit smoking?
walk
No, no.
on and some of those places. That's where they were originally.
Oh, okay.
Didn't quit drinking either.
Bud and Joe were long gone, but Mom always kept in touch with Bud. Even though they got a divorce. Actually, I think he stayed with Mom and Dad for.
You ever see Russell anymore?
Things aren't like they
Francis?
used to be.
I just seen him actually, Caitlin. Can't think right. Just had got married.
Is that
And,
right?
Russell
Robinson. Caitlin Robinson,
Right,
there,
there you go.
Todd Robinson's daughter.
Oh,
But yeah, Russell's over there. He got off he wasn't a crew leader anymore.
Yeah, I knew
he
that.
went to run loader at sand pit out north of Robinson. And Wendling bought out that sod company that was next to him there. This is after I'd left. But so he went over there, and he was a bigwig over there.
oh really?
And he said the politics got to him, so he's Wendling bought out Coots Materials. I don't know if you
Really?
remember. But anyway, he's running a quarry now for
No kidding.
up one of Coots's up north around Vinton.
God damn, he's got a drive to do that.
Yeah,
don't
he does for a quarry
Wow.
for just a 40-hour-a-week job. Yeah, he got quite a drive.
What are some of the other names you remember from the area? From home, around town. I mean, we talked about Bill Dickey, and we talked about Railsback, and